Thumbs up. Do thumbs up. All right, we live.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Love and Pain podcast, where the love doctor and I talk about love, relationships, and everything in between. I am your resident single lady advisor, Pain, who is an experienced single lady on a quest for balance. And this is a love doctor. Take it away, Chuck.
Yes, I'm a love doctor, and I'm a former man that was out on the streets and looking for love, but I just didn't know how to express it. I was spreading my love around to too many different people until I finally realized that I need to concentrate that love into one person. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm happily married, and I have a bright future. I'm building, and I found my soulmate.
Oh, I love that. If you guys are your first time watching, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're here on Instagram, Facebook, and our YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can stay up to date on all the new content we release. So let's get into it. How you doing, Chuck?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
I want you to know that I put the question up on my Facebook and my Instagram, and they ready for you today, man.
Okay, let's go.
But before we do that, how was your weekend? What did you do?
My weekend was fine. Like I said, since the last show, we, of course, there was, Valentine's Day was the day after. Me and my wife chilled. We got in the jacuzzi. It was a nice day. We just relaxed and just enjoyed ourselves. So we just had a nice Valentine's Day last week. And my weekend, it was just basic. I was just pretty much was at home doing things on the computer. And our channel was actually building. If you look at the numbers, we're posting different things about current events and whatnot. And currently we have like 170 subscribers, I think, the last time that I looked.
So Shut the front up.
Yeah, so we building it. Like I said, we have different content. So make sure you guys go and subscribe and like our channel, because we're building it. We're gonna have like exclusive information. And man, I'm telling you, like I just did one on the Fonnie Willis situation, and that one, like I said, it's over 6,000 views already. And I just did that one on I think Saturday.
Yeah.
So we doing good. We're gonna keep on building the channel brick by brick, and we're gonna be here every week, and we're gonna tackle all these different topics that we normally go through from both of our perspectives.
Absolutely. Now, now you've been very invested in this case since we started. What's the updates going on now with that?
So yeah, on the Fonnie Willis situation, she went and she took the stand, and when I tell you she lied her ass off, oh my God, she went on there and she just let it loose. I mean, it was obvious that she was lying. She said that she paid him back every trip in cash that after he charged it on his credit card. Now, as we know, and you being a Black woman, if you hook me up with a job, okay, and then I get paid $600,000 for the job, we're having sex, and then we go out on a trip, are you going to pay me back after you done hook me up with money and sex?
No, once the sex is exchanged, we're done.
Thank you. Business is over. That's why, when I have my computer shop, I always did business first before I hit the customers, dog.
What? You are a villain.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, take care of business first, and then we do what we do afterwards. But if you have sex with somebody before the business is done, they're gonna expect it for free, and then we don't do that.
But what if they were? I mean, are they friends beforehand, or because there's been times I split the trip with somebody that I was still bumping uglies with. Maybe I didn't have the money and they paid for it, and I was like, I got you back. Now Bijou says no. She said no, absolutely not.
I know that's probably directed towards me, but hey, I'm just saying, life is life, and we all got needs. So.
Oh my gosh. So I'm glad you've been getting into that. What I've been getting into is so there's a lady, her name is Risa Misa or something like that. She's on TikTok. Kid too much says ain't nothing free. Ain't you right? I mean, some things are, I get free things all the time, but you're right, it's not free for them. But so this chick, her name is Risa. She's on TikTok. Everybody's been talking about her on the internet. She did a what the bleep or who the bleep did I marry? Have you seen
Okay.
that?
No.
So she married someone who was a pathological liar, and she told like a 50-part story. It's like a lifetime story the way she tells it. Now her storytelling is not that amazing, but what's amazing is all of the things that she fell for in her wanting a man so bad. So he over here telling her he could buy her a $700,000 home in cash.
Uh-huh.
And she said, Bijou, I'm not gonna say what I want to say, but I know why Bijou get a lot of free things. She a dime piece. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. But so he told her he could put a $700,000 down on a home. He couldn't show proof of income. He had said that he had all these fellas, these relatives that he talked to all the time. He had this amazing job, and to come to find out that he lied about every single thing. So I've been investing in that all weekend. After this, it will be on my personal YouTube channel, Get Rich or Cry Trying, where we'll dive into how she got manipulated by this man, and she owned it. It wasn't like she was like, I mean, part of it is like he shouldn't have done that, because you agree, you don't expect people to be that manipulative. But then like there was like a lot of red flags, and she admitted that maybe she probably should have paid more attention to those red flags. So have you missed some red flags before, Chuck, in a relationship? Like obvious ones?
I mean, all the time. But see, this is the thing. Like, as I was coming up, if you have an agenda, and you'll sometimes tend to overlook things. Like, say if I want to have sex with somebody,
Okay.
I will not. I won't care about the shortcomings. She might show that she got an attitude and things like that. But in the beginning, I mean, I overlook that because I know that I'm not really looking for something long term. So why would I then, let that? Why would I let that stop us carrying on? Because, hey, like I said, I got things. Like I said, I have my own agenda. So that little bit of things is not going to stop me.
So wait a minute, but what if she accidentally gets knocked up?
I mean, and you know what? That's what happens. Like I said, we out here, and one thing that I always tell my nephews, well, I tried to tell them before they start getting people pregnant, do not have babies. Don't even have sex. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't even have had sex with any woman that I wouldn't be a potential wife, because that's what happens. Now you go out here and you plan, you get somebody pregnant, and you stuck with, hey, that's a lifetime commitment now that you have a child. And now it's already starting off dysfunctional because you're having a baby by somebody that you really don't love like that. And it's going to be bad. And, and like I said, in the situation I got even right now, my youngest, my daughter, her mom's turning her against me. And, I mean, that's just life. Like I said, I just have to accept the responsibility that I made a bad choice in having a baby by someone that I didn't care about. So that's on me. So that's how I can accept it. And I can only do the best and do damage control and try to do the best that I can do.
I get that. Well, that's our weekend update. Let's talk about what's today's topic, Love Doctor.
Okay. So today, I was browsing through the internet like this past week. And like I said, I just told you, I had a nice Valentine's Day or whatever. And then I came across a group of women who was celebrating something that's called Galentines Day. Now, remember, listen, I'm a guy, like we don't celebrate stuff like this. And it just tripped me out that women was out here who were single, and they were out here partying they were like in the happiest place in their life that they could ever be in. And that kind of tripped me out when I seen it. And I'm gonna show you like a let me show you. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm just show you a picture of one of the pictures that I seen out here.
Absolutely.
Now, as you see, watch this here. Hold on. Let me add it right here. Okay. And as you see right here, I mean, they out here, they out here doing it up. They having the salmon. They got the dessert. They got the gifts saying, "Be mine." I mean, what is this? Like, are you serious? This is unbelievable. So, yeah, this is unbelievable. And I'm like, why would you be out celebrating that you don't really you don't have a you're not in a relationship? Why would you celebrate that? That's not something that you're not like, this is not your holiday. This is not the holiday for you. And upon doing research, I found out that okay, I'm gonna just, when I did my research, okay, Galentine's Day is a global holiday that celebrates women's friendship, and Galentine's Day events are typically all female occasions of mutual empowerment and a reminder for women to support and uplift one another. Now, why do you need to? I mean, I don't get it. Why? This is an anti-Valentine's Day celebration. Why would you need? Yes. Why would you need to go out there? And this is the thing: women be sitting at home and they seeing all the people that are in relationships out chilling, having a good time with their man or their woman, whatever the case may be, and they feel left out. So then they go out and they create their own holiday. So now they can go out and kick it and act like they're having more fun than people that are in relationships. So look, man, I don't get it. I think this is insanity to me, because this is not your holiday. I'm sorry.
So, like, what are they supposed to do? They're supposed to sit at home on Valentine's Day and just brood and be sad that they're single?
It's if you're single, you listen. If you're in a relationship with a guy, and if you're just having sex with him or whatever, your Valentine is somebody. It's a romantic partner. So, I mean, if the dude ain't even taking you out for Valentine's Day, then all y'all doing is having sex. It's not a relationship. It's not something that, like I said, if you can't even get somebody that you're giving sex to take you out, then something's wrong. You're just giving out free sex and you ain't getting no benefits whatsoever. So why go out there? Like I said, I see all these pictures online with people going out on girls' trips, and it's just like, it's completely defying relationships. It's like, because we all live in a vacuum, and holidays like this exploit personal trauma, because we've all been in relationships, and and sometimes we're not. On Valentine's Day, people feel sad. I remember, like I said, I was dating someone, and I didn't do anything for Valentine's Day, with this person or whatever, because of course I was seeing multiple people at the time.
Okay, yeah.
And then she stopped talking to me because she knew at that point that it wasn't that serious like that. So, I mean, come on, man. I think this is just exploiting women. This is a feminist holiday that's exploiting women's emotions.
Wow, that's a big word, exploit. So first of all, I couldn't see it. But Valentine's Day is not even a real holiday. It is based off of, I think it's great some of these pagan holidays can be depressing. Bijou, thank you. Valentine's Day is a day that was built off a dude named Saint Valentine, who was like a bishop or a priest or something like that. And he basically ministered to Christians back in the day. That was the original Saint Valentine.
Right. Yeah, it was Roman, right.
It was Roman. But then eventually it became, some of the stories associated was that he married he married people together. So that's what later became to. So absolutely. But you also got Sweetest Day as well, which is, made up by the credit card companies. And Valentine's Day is something that was pushed more by not credit card companies, by what's those things? I don't even get those anymore. Somebody help me out. Hallmark cards. Okay. Greeting cards, right? It's for greeting cards. It's only a way for you to make more money. So to stand on it so firm, a holiday that is fake, that's not even real. I mean, I see it as women, I would rather a woman go and enjoy her female friends, go and enjoy her time as a single lady on this love day, versus being at home sad because she ain't got a dude, versus sitting here trying to force a relationship with somebody who don't even want to be with her off. I feel like that's stunting, isn't it? To just be with a dude for Valentine's Day? That's stunting.
No, wait a minute. It's stunting more to go out with your girls and act like y'all partying because you ain't in a relationship. Like, what is that?
How is it I just don't like it?
Because listen, there's a holiday set forth for people who are romantically involved. Okay. And they go out and celebrate it. That's what Valentine's Day is for. So the anti-Valentine's Day is Galentine's Day. That's the total opposite. We're celebrating that we're not in a romantic relationship, and we kicking it with our girls, and we having more fun than y'all having. So now we posting our pictures. Like, what is? Come on, man.
It is not a competition. Why do you see it like a competition?
Listen, if it wasn't a competition, why would they celebrate it the day before Valentine's Day? Why aren't you celebrating it like in May or something? Why is it right around Valentine's Day?
Well, I
I
mean,
can respect it more if it was like at a later date. Then okay, that's your own independent thing. But you trying to upstage the people that are in relationships or have somebody that's giving them cards or whatever you guys do. I mean, like I said, it's a pagan holiday, and she says show love every day, not just one day a year. That's right. If you're in a relationship, you shouldn't have to wait until Valentine's Day to show somebody that they care. Like, come on now.
I don't think that was for Galentine's Day. I think that's for people like you who put so much emphasis on Valentine's Day. And when you're talking about, that's what Christmas
is. Actually, I don't.
But that's the focus, because you're getting mad about Valentine's Day. That's like Christmas. Christmas is, it said, come on, Chuck, let people be happy. Christmas is an essence of how you feel about Valentine's Day. Christmas was actually it was a pagan holidays. My homegirls, I celebrate anything. Example, Tasha leaving her no good dude alone. We go, boom. Boom. That's what Christmas is. Christmas is a holiday that someone threw on the back of a Roman holiday. It was like a bacchanalia, which is wild that you celebrate Jesus, who's against things like that, on a popular holiday, right? That's how it's always been, right? So now you have Galentine, and then you even have Side Chicks Day. Why are you not going off on Side Chick Day? Side Chick Day is like what, the day before, the day after Valentine's Day? And people are going out with their side chicks. Steak and a blowjob day. What day is that? The day after Valentine's Day. But yet we're not arguing about that. We're attacking women for enjoying just being around other women. We have real life friendships. I would totally do a Galentine's Day.
Champagne, stop playing. You know this is an open holiday that's anti-Valentine's Day. How can you not see that?
How is it anti-Valentine's
They're out.
Day?
Wait a minute. They're out giving candy and they're having a dinner like they're going out with their boo thing. Come on now. That's not that is an anti-Valentine's Day celebration. That's unbelievable. Like they dressed up. They're acting like they're going. I mean, they're having the greatest time in their life because they're single. Like, how can you not see that? That's anti-Valentine's Day.
So you shouldn't have a great time because you're single in life?
No, you should listen. You should have a great time. Right? Listen to all the people out there. Listen, have a great time, regardless if you're single or in a relationship. I'm not against somebody that's single. I don't think that if you're single, you should be unhappy or anything. I've been single most of my life. So, I mean, come on. Of course, you should have a great time. All I'm saying is this holiday came out in 2010 and it was by feminists for feminists. This was because they were not enjoying Valentine's Day, seeing everybody else happy. And then they had to create their own day so they could be happy. This is an emotional holiday because, I mean, this come on, man, this is ridiculous. I just don't understand how you can't see that it's anti-Valentine's Day.
I don't think because you're for one thing that you're necessarily anti against something. That's like saying just because I'm for civil rights, I'm against white people. That I can be friends with some white people, and I can be for black history and black civil rights. You're looking at this as it's
to a certain extent.
That's a whole nother conversation. We already agree and disagree. I got a lot of white friends, and we can't change anything without them. But that's a whole different thing.
I'm just saying you can't party with the Ku Klux Klan and then go to a Black Panther thing the next day.
Well, that's extreme. You could party with an ally and then go to the Black Panther rally.
What? Listen.
You feel like all white people are Ku Klux Klan members?
Listen. One is celebrating being single. The other is celebrating being in a partnership. Are you serious?
I think that they're both. They're both. That Risha was right. That was they both
come the feminists out.
So when I'm single, right? When I'm single, instead of me feel, and let's say just for devil's advocate, right?
Okay.
Let's say that it is something that women are just like, I don't have no one to love me. I don't have someone to take me out for Valentine's Day, but I would love to go out and do things for Valentine's Day because you guys will make fun of those women who wants to go out and love themselves on this day if they ate by themselves, if they went to a restaurant and ate by themselves, if they did things and they bought themselves gifts. If you have a good relationship with the women in your life, if you have good female friends, That's a perfect time to go out and say, hey man, I know you single, I'm single, we don't really have nobody. Let's celebrate together. I don't think there's nothing wrong with finding your kindred spirit. And then when you get a man one day, then you move into Valentine's Day. No one on the Galentine team is like, nope, we're against you having a man. Nope, nobody is doing that on Galentine's Day. It's something so you don't feel left out. And people always do things so they don't feel left out, right? You have Kwanzaa, you have Hanukkah, you have Christmas. Everybody, no one wants to be feeling left out. You could argue that about Kwanzaa. Why do they have to make it in December? Why couldn't they do Kwanzaa in May when it's hot outside? No one likes to feel left out. You like to have a good time. So don't be offended, Chuck. You want me to take you out for Galentine's Day?
No,
you want me to buy you flowers?
Absolutely not. Listen, men, we don't do this. Like, we don't celebrate being single. Like, we do. Like, I mean, I've been around guys where they've been roasting girls, like talking about they ain't nothing and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's just, but we don't have a holiday that does. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, when that comes up, it's like, it's anti-Valentine's Day. And I just really, it's sad kind of to me because, I mean, like I said, you already said it. You're sad and you're alone. It's an emotional day and you just feel left out and you want to go out and celebrate, just being happy or whatever the case may be. But it's not a romantic thing. It's, like I said, it's an emotional thing that covers up the pain that you've been through or that you feel some type of emptiness that you may have. So it's obvious that what it does. Yeah, absolutely. Because you wouldn't feel it. Listen, when I didn't have no girl on Valentine's Day, look, I was good. I was sitting at the crib, watching a game or something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't care nothing about going out celebrating no Valentine's Day if I ain't had no girl, because it had no meaning to me. But how is this? I just think, like I said, the way things go right now is like women come together and y'all like I said, y'all do y'all girls trips. Y'all support each other on the emotional level because you have an emptiness inside of you. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with, like I said, being single. I mean, that's just part of life. So just accept it and don't celebrate that you're single. Like, I mean, come on now. I think that's
there's nothing wrong with celebrating that you're single. I think
why not? Why celebrate that you're single? Tell me that.
What's wrong with being single? I think that's the first. Saying that you shouldn't celebrate being single sounds like you're saying there's something wrong with being single. I think if more people were okay with being single, just like I'm telling you the story about the lady who fell for the liar, if she was okay with being single, if we didn't villainize singleness so much, perhaps you wouldn't fall for such tomfoolery. So there needs to be an okay with being single. Men, on essence, y'all don't support other men, period, when it comes to emotional things. And I think that's kind of like a jealousy part of men, because y'all don't support each other. There's not a lot of programs for Black men started by Black men. When some Black men try to be honest with each other, y'all make fun of them and lie and laugh. Terry Crews came out and talked about he was sexually harassed. Black men, by and large, made fun of him. Oh, you got those big old muscles. How could you ever be sexually harassed? When Black women supported him.
I know, because like I said, that's simp behavior. And like I said, how can you be 260 pounds solid muscle and you're in a room alone with a diminutive white guy and he can sexually harass you? Like, come on now, that's mentally weak. That somebody could do that.
So seriously. What would you have done if a dude sexually harassed you? He grabbed your junk. What would you have done? Punched him? Remember, you're in a room alone with a white guy.
I don't listen, man. It don't matter. I'm gonna be a man wherever I am. You're not gonna violate me by any means. I don't care where we're at. Like? There's no man. No, I don't care if the guy is twice as big as me. It ain't going down. He got to kill me to do that to me. Trust me, because your manhood is not based. Like I said, by him being able to. It's like a dancing bear, like he's well trained. He's a big, strong guy that people like to look at, but he's mentally weak. For you to allow somebody who's your owner basically to do that to you, and for you to file in sexual harassment charges on some dude that's half your size. That's unbelievable.
What would you have done? What's your recommendation?
Listen. I would have he would have got dealt with. That's all I can
So
say.
you would have fought him and got an assault
Oh
charge.
man, please! If you somebody trying to assault you, then you supposed to take off on them.
So
Absolutely.
So remember, you're in this room with this black guy. Everything is wrong. Everything is wrong with
Yeah,
being single.
exactly. It
Wow,
is.
that's unfortunate
Yeah.
that you think being single is wrong. That's why you guys
Hey,
get
we
into
keep
fucked
it
up
real.
relationships and they end poorly because you're so sad with being single. There is nothing wrong with being single.
I didn't say it
Single,
was. Listen,
well, he said it. Eric
right,
Yates Sr. said it.
but I'm gonna put a like a little quote, like everything is wrong with for me for being single and being proud of being single, because like I said, we were not put on this earth to be by ourselves. It's unfortunate that it's so much dysfunction and we can't come together like that, but it's nothing to be proud of in my book. I mean, I think that especially in the Black community, that women celebrate being single, and this is part of the reason why relationships don't last, because it's like a rites of passage for Black women to go through pain and then to celebrate being single, which we're going to talk about. We're about to talk about in our next segment about divorcery parties.
Black women don't want to go through pain. Beat you say angry. Black women don't want to go through. If anything, we just try to love upon you and give you everything we got. We give you the last little drop. And just like you stated earlier, you had women who were in love with you and who would have gave you everything, but you played them and you've created these monsters. So now that you've created these monsters, they're hurt. They're taking this hurt into relationship, and every man that they've dealt with after they dealt with you is going to feel the pain that they have. So they need to be okay with being women who are not okay with being single. They make horrible choices in men. They make horrible choices in men because they can't be alone. They're jumping from man to man. They're having a baby with every man who promised them the world but not giving it to them. It's okay to be single. You should always be all right with being single.
Hold on, back
now.
up. So you mean to tell me it's better to be happy being single than to try to find your soulmate or your husband? Is that what you just said?
No, I said it's better to be happy being single versus being in a relationship that is not meant for you. That's what I'm getting at. When you're okay with being
so don't even try to be in a relationship then. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think you could try to do a relationship. I think when people try to do that, it's a natural thing that should unravel. I think men,
so it should be organic,
you guys more so are hunters. So you guys try to be in a relationship, but you guys don't try to be in a relationship until you're closer to your later years in life. And you're like, okay, I've ran through a lot of women. Let me be single now. But you've broken a lot of hearts in the process of you running through all those women. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't, I don't think you should try to be in a relationship. I think you should focus on yourself, vibrate at that higher level as a woman, and what's meant for you is going to come to you. I don't think you could force anything. I don't think you could try to do anything. I don't think you should try to do anything. Work on yourself. That's it. But I do like this the divorce thing that you're talking about, that we want to be single, we want to be divorced, try to be married instead of being. You have to have men who want to marry you, Mike. Y'all act like men are out here proposing to women left and right. Y'all not.
Listen, like again, to me, it's two parties to this. Like you can't remove yourself from the equation. There are a lot of men that don't want to be married, but there are a lot of men that do want to be married, and the same thing for women. So, but you guys don't ever. You always blame it on the men, like, oh, these dudes don't want to do right and this and that. No, it's both sides. So once we start taking accountability for our roles in our own demise, then we can move on for it. And that's what I had to do. Like I said, before I had my self-reflection, I mean, I was dating a lot of different people. I wasn't committing to just one person, and things like Valentine's Day and stuff like that. I a couple weeks before Valentine's Day, I'll go ghost on you.
And so women experience that, and we supposed to be like, okay, let's get married. That's fine. Right. It's all right.
But I'm just saying. But at that time, my action showed I was not ready to be in a serious relationship. I mean, that's just where I was at the time. So, but like I said, I'll take accountability for all the mistakes that I made, because I ain't been perfect by any means, and that's why I'm coming on here, telling everybody, the things that the mistakes that I made. So hopefully that people won't go through the same thing that I went through. So So in closing, for me, like I said, ladies, there's nothing wrong being single, but Galentines Day to me is an anti-Valentine's Day celebration for women that are single. And And like I said, if that's what you want to do, fine. But we just got to stop celebrating, a loss. That's how I'm looking at it.
Ladies, do not listen to Chuck. Keep celebrating Galentine's Day. Keep working on you. The one who
Hey,
for
you gonna
you.
stay single?
Never. Women who were single still got married. So we try that. Black men have a pimp mentality, and bro, right? Y'all will waste the first 50 years of your life, and then 50 and up, you're like, I'm ready to settle down. Hey. I'm ready to settle down. It's women come out the groove. Yeah.
Listen, like I said, listen, you get a second chance of life. As long as you're still breathing, you still got a chance for redemption. And like I said, ladies, don't give up. There are good men out here. All they want is a woman that will, that's agreeable, that they can, do things with, they can build with. But you guys aren't agreeable. Y'all buck wild, man. Like, come on, man. Let's get together.
But we just want to be treated with respect. A lot of y'all don't respect women. A lot of y'all don't treat women with respect. A lot of y'all are threatened by a woman being happy by herself. And I think that happens because if she's happy by herself, and that means that you have to be a better individual. So that means that she's more likely to leave if you're not really, adding value to her life. So I'm not saying that women should be single. I'm not saying women should stay single. I'm not saying women should say, fuck love. What I'm saying is, as women, you should work on yourself. And there are men out there who want to get married. I know a lot of men who have been married, a lot of good men who have been married for years. But in talking to a lot of the guys, they will tell you, don't settle. Don't be outrageous, but don't settle. This is from men who've been married for years. Don't settle. Work on yourself. And get them, because it's not just about someone wanting to marry you. The chick got someone who wanted to marry her, but he wasn't a good dude. It takes you a while to not only find a good dude, and a lot of people focus on
There's
love.
Always the guy. There's always the guy that's not good.
I'm getting on women too. A lot of women focus on love and a fairy tale. Love is nice. It's good to have, but that's not the be all to end all. You need to date somebody who has a purpose that's similar to yours. And a lot of women are dating men who don't have similar purposes, and you're getting heartbroken, and you're just carrying that luggage with you, which leads to more divorce.
Okay. So let's move on to our next topic.
Let's go. Right. Let's do it.
All right. So the next topic we're going to get into, and listen, you cannot argue with me on this point right here.
But okay? I am. Let's go.
Okay. Let's go. Okay. Now, there is something that came out of the Urban Dictionary that women celebrate called Divorcery. And what Divorcery is an anniversary of one's divorce. And this happens, and like I said, it's in the Urban Dictionary. So that means that this is something, again, by Black women that they go out and celebrate when they get a divorce. Now, if you look at it, a lot of times just in general, I'm just going to speak for Black people because, that's what I know the most, that a lot of times we look at relationships as a game, and whoever wins is the one that is right. So, if I break up with you before you break up with me, then I won. And that's what happens a lot of times in divorce. Things start going wrong. And as you see, the stats show that in all divorces, 85% of women are the ones who actually file for the divorces. And that's go to blackdemographics.com.
I did. That's what there's no true stats that shows you who there's no
85% of Black women file for divorce. I mean, she's saying that she got her own poll. I mean, if y'all want to go by Champagne's poll or a credited website, but I'm just going by the fact that I seen on the website.
Okay.
Okay, and it's like a game, and like I said, when you look at like even the Mary J. Blige situation, right? When Mary J. Blige got divorced from Kendu, what's his name? Kendu
Isaacs,
Kendu Isaacs. Man, Black women was so angry, they was ready to kill that dude. He had to have security because he filed for divorce first, and she had to pay him $30,000 a month in alimony. And like I said, people come out and, like I said, they have the parties and whatnot. And come on now, divorceries. This is not good. You're celebrating a loss.
Okay, so a lot of erroneous things. Not even sure where to start, but let's get into it.
Let's go.
One, there is no real there's what happened was there was a study done. It was a study of 2,000 people, and it was a study of relationships. And they had showed in this small study, which was not verified by an actual institution or anything, but it was a studier, a guy who does studies, a researcher, and he did a study for 2,000 people. He noted that in this group of 2,000 people subset, 60 to 65% of those women who got married initiated the divorce. However, it was equal. Most of the boys or most of the men in that situation were more likely to end the boyfriend-girlfriend situation. Okay. So
you said most of the guys were?
But guys who did not get married, they were just boyfriend and girlfriend before they got married, they were more likely to end the relationship than the women. 2, there was a post that went around, and a lot of you can go on Twitter and check it out, but it was a post where it says, when you do things to make her break up with you, men will not file for divorce. They will sit there and put you through hell and high water because they could just cheat. They're okay with how things are. Women will file.
It's the black man's fault again. You're right. The black man's fault again.
I don't know why you're saying black men, but it's true.
I'm just saying, like, you ain't putting no blame on the women for these situations. It's all the black man's fault.
I'm about to, right?
Go ahead,
3, divorce is not the divorce parties. As a bartender, as a person who does events, that is not a black woman's thing. If anything, that started with white people. Black women were just like, hey, let me get into it. Let me involve it. So that has nothing to do with race. I know you're putting out over black women, nothing to do with race. Black women get divorced more because we tend to, 1, not know ourselves, not have good self-esteem about ourselves, and 3, we pick men based on what we think they could be. We want to fix these men to be the type of perfect man that we want them to be. And men don't date like that. Men date for who you are right now. They're not dating for you for 10 years. Like, oh yeah, well, if she loses weight, she gonna be the bomb. They date you for who you are right now. That is why when you get into relations with men and you start to change them, they get into such a tizzy, which I agree with. I don't want you to change me. We dating. So that's why I think women cause more divorces, because they get into situations where they didn't really plan properly. They were living in a love and a romantic and what you could be situation, in a fairy tale. They don't date for reality. This is what's the problem. And that's because we try to marry so quick because we're so afraid of being single. We want to hurry up and be with somebody. We want to hurry up and jump into a relationship. And then next thing you know, we're getting mad and we're divorcing. 2, 5, I think I'm up 5. Divorces are down since 1975. In the 1970 mid-series, that's where you saw the most divorces, in the 1970s. And that's because women started getting more rights. And they're like, nah, we don't like y'all for real. This is a sucky relationship. Divorces have been down, and divorce numbers is like, I think 45% divorces. Most marriages end 45% of divorces. So it's actually gone down a little bit. So this is rhetoric to make women stay in relationships that they don't want to stay in. But I do agree with you, Chuck. When you say that people look at relationships in winning and losing, you are absolutely right. People don't end relationships, but they get in relationships which are already crappy, and then they get married just because they want to get married. But they're afraid of, well, if I leave this person, everybody's going to be right or I lose. People always look at a relationship as someone has to be a winner, someone has to be a loser. And you can't do that. Divorce parties. You don't know what kind of marriage they had. Why can't they celebrate the end of a bad marriage?
For one, I listened to your little soliloquy, and that was cute.
It was a great one. It was great.
But like I said, coming from a black man's perspective, we don't just date on what you have right now. We date based on the future and how we fit into your future. We look at, if me and you get together, how is it going to look in a couple years? Like, is this going to be a type of woman that, that I can rely on when I'm not, I might be down because, like I said, me being a business person, my life has always been filled with peaks and valleys. So I can't have nobody that can only ride with me when I'm up, because I go up and down all the time. That's been my life. I've had to reinvent myself several times in my lifetime. So when I go in looking for a woman, I'm looking to see somebody that's going to be down for me, in the future, not just, oh man, she's cold. Let me go in. I'm gonna hit that, and we'll have a great time and all that. No, that might be somebody that we want to have sex with, but it's not somebody that we want to have a future with. So that's completely not true. We look when we're looking to marry. Normally, we it's at a time where we're getting ourselves together and we're looking for a queen that can side us and ride with us. That's it. Now when you start going off, you bucking like, yeah, it's all right being single and you happy being single and all that. That's the type of woman that we run from, because what happens is when somebody loses, like you said, it's normally about winning and losing. They're gonna go back to their girlfriends and they're gonna be talking all crap like, yeah, he wasn't that anyway. You know what I'm saying? This and that or whatever. That's just what happens. So no, that's not true. We're looking to build. And when I see things like Divorcery, like if you really love somebody and you're in a relationship, when you get divorced, that should be a tragedy, because you putting all your effort into something and it failed. So how can you be happy about being divorced from somebody? That's unbelievable, man. Like I said, that mentality are things that, like I said, that we got to get our minds right, because that's not good. When people get divorced, that's not good. That's a reflection of, that's a microcosm of your community. When divorces are high, that means that the community is broken up and there's no direction for these kids. Because mom and dad are split up, they playing them against each other, and these kids is out here wilding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
So
the
why do you think
foundation of the community is marriage.
Okay. So why do people what do you think are the reasons behind people getting divorced?
There's several reasons. I mean,
listen,
dysfunction is the new norm. Okay. So nowadays, you're not going to ever find nobody that's perfect unless this your high school sweetheart. Everybody didn't have a sexual history. They didn't been out here in the streets doing their thing. And the only thing you can do nowadays is you find somebody that you can align your energies and you guys can coexist together. Like I said, we broke down little things about coexisting, about sleeping patterns, this and that. But to begin with, you have to at least have somebody that reflects your energy that you guys could be compatible with. Now, reasons why people get divorced could be many things. Financial, could be people get on drugs, people cheat. There's hundreds of reasons why people get divorced. But a lot of times, the main reason why people get divorced is because somebody is not happy and they are and they're not satisfied with where they're at. And you should have already known. You blocking the screen, but you should have already known this in the beginning. If this because, like I said, you guys are, listen, again, we already talked about the emotionalism. A lot of times people overlook the shortcomings of people in the beginning. If you pay attention to the signs, it'll let you know. Y'all all know you have a sixth sense when things just ain't right. They might not answer their phone, or they doing some slick stuff on the side, and you're like, well, why you holding your phone? And stuff when it ain't right. So you got to look at those signs, and in the beginning, don't keep building upon a shaky foundation, because you should see that in the beginning. So open your eyes and look and see that the person you are, can you deal with their shortcomings? And if you can't, then hey, don't waste your time. Don't get involved in being years in a relationship with somebody when the perfect person for you may come and you tied up with some BS. So you got to look at that in the beginning.
So how do you know the difference between, because one of the things you said, people are not perfect, but then you also say that you have to watch out for people's shortcomings. So how do you know the difference between, okay, I'm being unreasonable about this is something I should deal with, versus this is a flag? How do you know the difference between which? Where do you learn that? Especially when they're gaslighting you.
You say when they're gaslighting you. I mean, if they're gaslighting you in the beginning.
What dude will be like, oh no, that's not what you saw. No, I bet you every woman can tell you that she trusted her, she felt like something was off. And then the dude, oh no, that's y'all women are always tripping. Women are always tripping. And then and then at the end of the day, she was right. So she believed somebody who she thought was there for her, but she's being penalized because she believed somebody because of a shortcoming. How do you know the difference between listening to your gut and validating, okay, I'm just being unreasonable? What's the difference? How do you know?
Well, the thing is, like I said, people will show who they are if you hang around them long enough. You got to put people through a series of tests. I mean, that's what I do. Like, I had a situation where and I just wanted to see where the person's heart was, right? A young lady wanted to go out to dinner with me, right? This was years ago. And so, you know, we went out to dinner and stuff, or whatever the case may be. And at the end, you know what I'm saying, she was like, so you want me to pay for it or you got it? I'm like, well, you invited me to dinner. So I made her pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So because listen, if you invite me out, then it's your responsibility to pay for it. And like I said, if she would have paid for the meal and been cool, then she would have had 100 meals after that. But since you want to be into all this, you know, whatever.
Well, I did not think that was going that way.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, man. Please, come on.
So the shortcoming was that she asked for you to pay the meal, or what was the shortcoming? What was the flag? The shortcoming
was that she was mad that she had to contribute to us getting to know each other. It shouldn't be all on me. If you want to get to know me, then you show me too. I'm gonna show you. If, like I said, after we get past the meet and greet phase, and I know that this is the person that, you know, that I want to invest in, and hey, we going to the top. But you know, if you acting all funny in the beginning about money and stuff like that, then, you know, no, we're gonna have a problem. Because
so
like
is the flag not like, hey, as a man, you want to be a leader, you should pay for dinner and show that you can lead?
Right. Wait
that
a minute.
You can support, that you can take
care of financially. For what, paying for dinner is not showing that you can lead. That's just it was just a gesture. She planned the meal. So what, I mean, what's the problem?
Wow. See, I would have took the red flag as it. So
it would have been a red flag to you then, right?
So the red, well, yeah, and that's the problem with red flags. Red flags there's some red flags that are obvious. If they put your hands on you, it's a red flag. If they're talking to you crazy, it's a red flag. That's one of those things where I don't know that it's necessarily a red flag. It sounds like more like a difference in opinion. So you're getting married to people where y'all, and this is why divorces are, we don't talk about these things in the beginning, because that is something that we should talk about. You saw it as she planned it, she should have paid for half of it. I saw it as, if I go out on a date with a man, he's going to pay for it. If I have to, I'll pay 50-50, but I probably won't go back on a date with him. If I'm paying 50-50, I'm probably not really that interested in him anyway.
But see, this is the thing. And I, you know, and like I said, I'm gonna show y'all some game that I learned from different females, right? There was a female that I had met on a dating site, right? And this was, like I said, back in the day, whatever. And you know, and like so we met and everything was cool. And you know, like I said, we first linked up. And for me, I don't never pay for nothing on the first time that I meet you, because I don't know if I like you or not. So when we first link up, we're gonna take a walk. We're going to talk and we're going to vibe and see if this is something. And if it's not, then it's not. Now, after she, you know, we went through all those stages and whatnot, and we decided to take things further. The first thing she said was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to shut down my page. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stop I ain't going to be able to get all these free dinners no more. but I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all might not even like, that's what I'm saying. For me as a man, you got to show me that you're interested in me before I invest in it. But if you don't even like me, you ain't gonna get no free dinner off me. Come on now.
My dad always says you gotta pay to play.
Hey, listen. If I just taking you out to dinner, we ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? That's not how is that. That's just me buying you a free dinner, and then I might not never see you again after that. So no, I'm not.
I guess it depends on where you're at, how you feel, how you hold finances. I've gone out with I went on a date.
It has nothing to do with finances. It just has to do with where the woman's heart is in the situation. Like, do you like me for me, or do you just want me to keep on paying for all your stuff, and then you're gonna leave and you messing with some other dude? That's just not how I roll.
So why are you not figuring that out before you even go out to dinner? Like, before you even go out to dinner with a woman, I think you should talk for like a week or two. Fill her out. She'll show herself.
But listen, that was the first time that we were meeting. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I knew her for a little bit of time or whatever, but that was the first time and she's the one who initiated trying to go out. So I just wanted to see where her mind was, just to see how she would react to something like that. And like I said, again, I never heard from her again afterwards, and that's fine.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Did you got like 8 kids. I think she got like 7 kids, whatever. I mean, I'm cool.
Did you pay for your wife's first dinner, or was it 50-50?
On my wife thing? No, we're dating. Yeah, because this is the thing with me and my wife, we corresponded since we were out of town. We corresponded for months before we even met. So I already knew right then that it was solid. So this was somebody that I already knew before we even like started dating that she was a keeper. So yeah, we went all out. Absolutely, we went
So
all
you
out.
liked
It
her.
was
You liked her enough to do it for her.
yeah,
All
absolutely.
right.
So
So it's it,
we went all
men
out.
pay for things. Men take care of things that they like and they really
Right,
care about.
but yeah,
So when you
absolutely.
didn't pay for a dinner, but you wasn't really feeling her like that when
I
she
didn't
invited you.
know. She invited me to dinner. I didn't know nothing about her like that. And hey,
Oh wait, you said y'all had been talking for, like you kind of
no,
talked
I
for a
said
little
I
bit.
knew her, but I never went out with her. You see what I'm
But
saying?
you,
Like
how did you know her?
I knew her from like a gym or what a boxing gym. Let me say that.
So
She was one.
you're interacted with her on several occasions.
Yeah, I interacted with her before.
All
But
right, all right.
I didn't know her like that. So I mean, she invited me to dinner. So I mean, hey, look
But you
here,
didn't
man.
like
Look,
her like that.
I didn't know if I liked her like that or not.
Okay.
But I
But
mean, she was cute and all that, and and like I said, we could have seen where it went. But I'm not gonna be out here just like you the one invited me out. So what's the problem? Like, come on, because in a relationship, it don't matter. Like, you got this one, I got this one. I mean, come on now. I mean, like, just like me and my wife have we're completely transparent with our finances. So it don't matter. It's like anytime I pay for something, it's coming out the same pot that if she paid for it. It don't matter. We're both on the same page.
Bijou is over here rolling in her seat right now because I know she's probably like the audacity. That and this is why men, if I date a man, he pays for the first date because it shows that you liked your wife. So when you went out with her, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna pay for you. It was no question. This chick
Right. But we
actually
already had a rapport though, is what I'm
well,
saying.
it wasn't like this chick was off the street. You
Well,
knew of her.
listen, she was pursuing me. I'm just saying,
Okay,
if you see a guy that you like, listen, no, I'm not talking about my wife, but I'm saying the girl. If you see a guy that you like and you ask him out on a date, so you ask him out of his zone to go out with you, so you expect him to pay for it.
I wouldn't do
And you
that
initiate
because if I have to ask a man out, he probably doesn't like me. So why am I going out with a dude that don't like me like that?
Well, I mean, again, like I said, I mean, I'm just talking about that one situation. I just wanted to really see where mine was. I mean, like I said, if it turned out to be something, then it wouldn't have been no problem. But if you're initiating, and also like I want to make a disclosure too, that I
that's what I'm saying, Bijou.
Right,
go ahead.
That's fine. That's fine. But listen, I want to make a disclosure too that when we met up, it was sort of like a business meeting and a date type of thing because she wanted me to do like some film work for her. She was opening up something and she wanted me to film it and stuff like that. So it was kind of like a quasi business meeting, but she still was acting like, she was interested in me. So, hey, like I said, it was a business meeting.
Let me tell you, I went out. There's a guy who you so slick, Chuck. I hate it. I went on a date. It wasn't even a date. There's a guy who I worked with, and we both talked about wines. We both were interested in wines and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? We should go on a wine tasting. He was like, absolutely. I was like, are you available for this day? He's like, absolutely. All right. So in my mind, again, I'm not even romantically interested in this guy. It was just, hey, we have similar things. So my expectation is to pay 50-50. So we went and we had like vouchers. So the wine tasting was free because I got it. But then we went out to dinner later. We went and the dinner was expensive. We went to a sushi place. It was really expensive. I go to get my card to do 50-50 because I'm not interested in this guy. He's like, no, that's not gentlemanlike. He paid for the whole meal. So again, so it's
okay.
So and that's just a friend. If I'm going out on a date with you,
okay,
I'm paying for it because if I go on a date with you, one, I'm probably trying to see if I'm in if there's something between us. But
right, absolutely.
But I understand that you're trying to court me. You're a man. Right. You're trying to court me. So I understand.
And like I said, that's the reason why when I first meet you, we're gonna take a walk or something. We're gonna vibe, you know what I'm saying, to see where we at, see where our body language at. We're gonna hold hands, you know what I'm saying? Am I gonna be able to get up? How do we vibe together? And once I know that, hey, we can vibe, then I'm going all out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going all out for you, but I'm just not gonna sit up there and be buying you meals, and I don't like you because, like I
Shout
said, all these men that have taken you out on dates, where they at? They give you a lot of these free meals, and then they exited stage left. So it was wasted money.
it's not a waste. It's not a waste. I think, and this is where that loser and winner mentality comes in that you're talking about. If I go on a date with you, let's say I did pay for a date and it didn't go that way that I wanted to go. Okay, that it just didn't go the way that I wanted to go. I'm not freaking out about money because one, if we're going on a date, I'm picking a place that's within my budget. Two, I understand that it's a part of the game. You sometimes it just don't always go well. Three, it's not a waste because I'm like, you know what? I got to see more of who you were, and it just wasn't for me. So I think when you start looking at things at winners and losers, then and you're not the only black man I've heard say, I'm not paying for anything because I can't waste that type of money. But that's all the more reason why y'all need to be more selective instead of just saying, oh, she got a big booty, let me get her to go out here and simp on her and trick on her. And what happens is y'all be simping and tricking on chicks who ain't really into y'all, who's about money. You don't know your pay, Ray. You're out of your financial situation, and then she goes out here. I've seen it happen. I know it happens, and I'm sorry for y'all, but y'all gotta be better. Be more selective when you take. So my case in point is you liked your wife. You genuinely liked her. So that's why for you paying for it was a no-brainer. Oh, girl, she liked you more than you liked her. So when she was being that she had to pay.
Right. So, but like I said, remember, like I said, it was like a quasi business meeting, like I said, and she, like I said, hey, look, man, I didn't plan on going out or anything, but that's just how it happened. Somebody said, seriously, we're not simping for men no more.
So my next question is, so the date. Let's go to the date that you had with her before she paid for it.
Okay.
Before the end of it, where the payment kind of threw everything off. Did you like her during the conversation? Like, would you have gone out on a date with her again?
That was the thing. Like, it ain't like we were talking on the phone for a long time or anything like that. She just hit me up. And she was like, "Hey, how you been?" This and that. I was like, "Oh, I'm all right. I'll head to Columbus here in a little bit." And she was like, "Oh, okay. Well, look, why don't you come in? Because I got a little project, and let's go out to dinner and stuff. Because I ain't, I could just, you could just tell it was like a flirty type of situation."
So you
like,
all right, checking for you, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. So, but when we went out, like I said, and for me, like I said, she had different kids and stuff like that, and what I'm saying. Like I said, if it was going to work, like I said, it was going to have to be where she was going to have to show me that she was going to be, down for whatever. And she didn't. Like I said, I think she was just looking for somebody that, could sponsor her lifestyle, and I wasn't going to do it.
What do you mean by different kids?
She had about 4 or 5 kids, I think.
How many kids you got?
How many kids do I have? I got 4.
Did y'all have the same amount of kids at the same time?
No, she had more kids than me, but it didn't matter. Listen, it didn't matter about the kids. Like I said,
see here.
No, listen, it ain't got nothing to do with her having kids. I'm just saying.
You just didn't like her.
Listen, it wasn't. I knew it wasn't going to be a long-term relationship anyway, unless she showed great things in other areas, like she was super supportive, or what I'm saying, or she was somebody that that I could plug right into what I was doing. Then I wasn't going to invest in that because I knew that it wasn't going to be a long-term thing. So why would I sit up there and and I don't even really know you like that. I mean, what I'm saying, other than at the gym. So no, I'm not going to sit up there and be paying. And you invited me out. I'm sorry, I just can't do that.
So based on that, the dates are for you to get to know people, right? When you go on a date with someone, you're to get to know each other, right?
Right.
So based on that date and you talking to her, like did you feel before the part of the payment? Because you're right, the payment is what threw her off. But before you got to that part, did you feel like she was someone you would want to date or not?
It was somebody that I would have wanted to smash,
but not date.
Long term, you know what I'm saying? There was too many variables. You know what I'm saying? So no, and you're right. I'm by us talking this out. You're right. She was somebody that I knew wasn't going to be long term. So I had no interest in spending my money on that because, like I said, it wasn't going to be an investment. It was I wasn't going to get any return on it. So right. So you're right. I'm gonna give you that one.
All I'm saying is men take care of things that they love. I see it every day from my dad.
Right.
And because of that, now I better understand. But it's 59. Great show, Chuck. 59 on the hour. We're coming to the top of the hour, Chuck. Tell us what you got going on, baby cakes.
Okay, listen. I want everybody to come and like and subscribe to the page. We will be having different topics every week, and I have other things about the hottest news events and everything on our page. Our page is growing. So I want y'all to be a part of it. Please like and subscribe at the Love and Pain Show on YouTube. We'll post that for my Facebook viewers. Click that link on YouTube that I put out there and just go to the page and subscribe, please.
Can I plug something real quick, Chuck?
Yeah, please do.
Thank you. So first of all, check out my YouTube channel, Get Rich or Cry Trying. We're talking about the lady who got duped by the liar. Is she lying or is it true? Check with me at 9:00 p.m. That's another conversation. That's another. And then finally, if you're here in Columbus, Ohio, we are doing a open house tasting event with Champagne Premier Events, one of the premier mobile bartender caterers here in Columbus, Ohio. $25 a ticket. Sign up, come and try some delicious cocktails in a beautiful setting. If you're interested, inbox me on Facebook. I'll give you the information. Thank you so much for letting me come here, Chuck. It's always a pleasure sparring with you.
Absolutely. So tune in next week, same time at 7 in Bijou. It ain't got nothing to do with the kids. It was just, I just wasn't vibing with her. Okay. So listen, I got kids and I ain't tripping. I love kids. Trust me. I mentored at the youth services. I didn't raise so many different kids that weren't mine. Come on now. I love kids. So that's not what it is. But anyway, see y'all same time, 7 p.m. next week. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Peace.